Ray Ratto, NBC Sports Bay Area insider, had a column today talking about the Oakland Raiders. And I know it's only one game, Ray, but boy, we love to overreact. What are the locals thinking about their Oakland Raiders?
Oh, they're overreacting.
Yeah?
I mean, well, first of all, it's federal law. You're supposed to. Secondly, it's the only reason people pay attention to anything anyway. You know, I need to know what to think after 3 minutes of information. I mean, that is the culture now. We're in a hurry. So, no, well, it's a little different with the Raiders, though, in fairness, because the fans are operating on a timeline that John Gruden isn't. John Gruden, when he took the job, said he wanted to bring a championship to Oakland, which meant within the next 2 years, because they're moving to Las Vegas. Well, everything he's done since then has indicated pretty loudly that he intends to tear down what the Raiders had, for good or ill, and aim toward 2020 or 2021 as the year when his team will be fully in place. So I think that there's a clear disconnect between what he wants to do as the practical, cynical football guy and what the fans thought he wanted to do when they fell in love with him the day he got hired. So it's not so much an overreaction. It's almost like a weird sort of, broken heart sort of thing. I mean, I don't think they had any illusions that this was going to be a phenomenal year. But when they traded Khalil Mack, all of a sudden, it suddenly hit everybody. Oh, my God, we're going to go 5-11 again. We always go 5-11. He was supposed to be the guy who ended 5-11, and here we are again. So I think it's more that than it is overreaction. But, yes, they would like to strangle him today, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, and I said this yesterday, that I didn't think the Raiders were going to do anything the next 2 years, that you have the oldest roster in the NFL. You traded away Khalil Mack because you don't want to – there's no reason to spend that money on that guy and have him play for you over the next couple of years because you're not going to be ready to go. And when you get to Las Vegas, I guess my big question is, when you get to Vegas, is Derek Carr still your quarterback, Ray?
Well, that's suddenly become an open question because he looked comprehensively awful Monday night. There were excuses for a couple of the 3 interceptions, and they were playing a clearly superior team in the Rams, which is probably the one part of the overreaction that is truly overreaction. It's unlikely that Derek Carr is going to see a defense as good as that one the rest of the way. But, again, with Raider fans, this is about we have 2 years to get something out of this. Because the 25 years that the Raiders have been in Oakland since they came back in 1995 have been mostly awful. And they'd like to get a little bit for their investment before they go watch it go to Nevada. So, I mean, that's what's tinging a lot of this for Raider fans, at least in California, which is we don't have a lot of time with these guys left, and we don't want to see what we've seen for most of the last 2 decades.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.